Simple,
Good
flavorful,
Lord.
juicy.
Oh, that's pretty good. And that, you added some paprika on the end of that.
Paprika.
What else? Say?
Paprika.
What else? Say? Hey guys, Masters of Smoke here. We're cooking with Masterbuilt today, John and John McLemore, and we're gonna be doing some Porterhouse Bone-In Steaks. So Dad, what are we doing?
All right, so we've got about a 1-inch thick Porterhouse steak here. We're gonna smoke this for about 20 minutes and then reverse sear it. But let's talk about the seasoning. You can go to the grocery store and get a pre-made seasoning, or what you're gonna find in most of these is gonna be kosher salt, black pepper, garlic, and if you want to add a couple more ingredients to it, you can do some paprika and onion, or keep it simple and you can have the seasoning on there but you still taste the beef. Now the first thing is going to be the base, which is going to be the good sea salt or kosher salt.
I'll handle for you.
And you want to make sure you completely coat that with the salt. You want to give it a good rub in and get both sides.
Now, I always add salt first.
I don't know that it matters, but I learned from Tony Sela, our buddy, one of the master chefs out there. He says to layer your seasoning and don't put them all in at the same time.
Okay.
The pepper is going to give you a little bit of that bite. #1 spice that people use. Get both sides.
And the only reason I like doing salt first, especially on a fatty type meat, is that salt helps render that fat. It's personal preference for me. I just like the way it renders that fat. But
yeah. Garlic is to taste. I mean, if you like a good...
See, I don't like a ton of garlic,
right,
but I do like garlic, so.
We'll put a little bit on there for you. And then, as I said, you can add a little bit of paprika if you want to it. That's just to preference. Or what a lot of people will do, if you want to add a little bite to your steak, you can actually put just a little touch of cayenne pepper on your steak. And then onion powder if you want to. We're just going to go with these 4 for now. So we're going to smoke these after we've let them sit room temperature for about a half an hour at 225 degrees for about 20 minutes. And we're going to pull them, let them sit for about 10, crank that baby up to 700 degrees, and reverse sear for about 90 seconds per side.
See you out there.
Let's talk about the amount of time that you want to smoke and reverse sear a steak. The reverse searing time is going to be 90 seconds per side, no matter how thick the steak is. The smoking time is where we're going to change. We've got a 1-inch thick steak here, so we're going to smoke it for 20 minutes. If it was 1.5 inches, we'd go 40. A 2-inch thick steak, we would smoke for about 60 minutes. We're going to get the internal temperature to about 100, 110. Open it up. We're going to smoke the steak on the middle rack.
And why the middle rack?
I like giving that little bit of space between the heat from the manifold and the warming right there, so we're getting a good smoking temperature in the middle there. We're going to reverse sear on the bottom rack once we turn this baby up to 700 degrees.
All right, guys, so we're 20 minutes in, 225 degrees. We're about to pull our steaks and let them rest. They look gorgeous. And then we're gonna crank the grill up to 700 degrees and we will reverse sear these guys. It's important that you let this rest for a little bit, let that sit. We're gonna go up to 700 degrees. See you in a second.
All right, we're a couple of degrees at 700, before 700 degrees. We've got our grill up the temp. Basically, we want to put both of these porterhouses on for 90 seconds. We'll set our timer. All right, so we're 90 seconds into the first flip.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Pretty.
That's what you want right there. 90 more seconds.
Guys, we got perfect little bit of flare up underneath there. We're gonna take them off.
That's what you want your steaks to look like, folks.
Take them inside. Let them rest for about 10 minutes. Cut them up and eat them, baby. All right, guys, so we have got our Porterhouse steaks They're done. We smoked these guys for 20 minutes at 225 degrees. I probed them at that point, it was about 110 degrees internal temperature. We let them rest. We got the grill up to 700 degrees. We seared them for 90 seconds on each side. You've got a beautiful looking sear mark on these. They are a perfect medium rare. Oh my goodness, that's so good. On this one, I actually took some yellow, green, orange, red, sweet peppers, and some onions. I sauteed these with some olive oil and red wine, and then I put them on top, and I think those will go just beautifully with some flavor on that steak. So
if you want to mess them up with some red peppers and stuff, that's your choice. That is crazy how good that is. Simple, flavorful, juicy.
Wow, pretty good. All right, guys, Master Smoke here. It's Reverse-Seared Porterhouse. Subscribe down below. Thanks for tuning in.
Oh, yeah.